Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
You know what that means. He's on the road again. He's always on the road.
On the road again.
There he goes.
Just can't wait to get on the road
Willie Wong.
again.
Willie Wong is on the road again.
I
All
love
right.
making music with
I love that. You know, Ron, golly, got his, he and Willie, you know, just a pair. Willie Wong is what I call him. So, Ron, I know
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, you're in Caruthersville.
Absolutely.
As he
Talking
said,
crappie.
about an hour and a half
Catfish.
north of us, and the big Grizzly Jig spring event's going on, and the doors open here in just a few minutes. It's 7 o'clock.
And we're going to
there.
talk to somebody here in our last segment that can tell us everything going on here.
Well,
Because it is one heck of a show.
Well, we're going to talk to a guy right now that knows what's going on with the American Crappie Trail, because all we hear is how good it is, and this is the man that has to keep it together and also keep Ron in a straight line most of the time.
Straight and narrow, Larry.
That's what it is, mostly narrow. So Matt Morgan's on with us this morning. He is, of course, the man with the American Crappie Trail. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning to you, Larry.
You're at Caruthersville. Ron is there, and he isn't faking this, is he? We want to make sure.
Well, I saw him. Yeah, I saw him about 15 minutes ago, and he's
Okay.
nowhere to be seen now.
Well, he's got
I'm telling you, just wait.
he's got a sausage and biscuit and going out the door probably someplace. No, Ron is with us in Caruthersville. Matt is a part of this special show that we do every year from Out of the Grizzly Jig, thanks to Louie and Wade Mansfield that we've known forever. And Matt, I'm looking at the schedule for 2019 here.
It's a good one, isn't it?
It's a good one, and we're almost there. I mean,
right around the corner.
Yeah, let's talk about it, and Ron can fill us in on the gaps. After a great year last year, tell us what's we're kicking it off, February 15th, 16th, or something like that?
February 15th and 16th at the place where I grew up fishing, Lake Guntersville in Scottsboro, Alabama. What an awesome crappie fishery.
And that's where Ron will be and be able to give us reports. Talk to us about 2018 before we talk about 2019. Did everything really, everything go as you hoped, or was it even better?
Well, Larry, I think in 2 years, 2017 and 2018,
yeah,
we have paid out close to $1 million
oh, man.
in winnings to these crappie anglers.
Amazing.
It has got better and better and better. We ended 2018 at Grenada Lake in Mississippi with 122 boats, paid out $80,000. I'm proud of that, honestly. I mean, every time I talk to you on the show here, you can hear my enthusiasm about the crappie fishing, the passion.
Yeah.
Paying out $80,000 for a qualifying event, never been done.
Never.
And I am truly proud. So, yes and yes.
Yes.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
And I really think that truly, from the bottom of my heart, I think the best is yet to come. I really do.
Wow. And, Ron, you've seen this, the growth of this thing. You've been at just every event just about.
Yes. It's pretty amazing of what's happened. And more importantly, what was amazing is to see and talk with the anglers that are getting involved. I mean, they're very enthusiastic about the trail itself, about where this trail is going, and the things that it's going to be done. I mean, there's never been a crappie trail that's talked about conservation.
Yeah.
And there's never been another trail that pays the kind of money that's out there. I mean, it's a very, very top level, and these anglers really, really see that. And, of course, any person that wants to fish professionally, fishing for money,
yeah,
they always want to go against the best.
Well, this is the
And,
best.
when you talk about the Ronnie Caps of the world and the Steve Colemans and the Kent Driscolls
Yeah.
and the Whitey Outlaws, and I can go on, and Charlie Bunny, I can go on and on and on and on. And then, to be able to see the amount of money that's going to be paid out, and to do some things that are totally different that's never been done in the crappie industry, and I want Matt to expound upon the championship that's coming up in March at Lake Darbone. But, an elimination process, a 3-day crappie tournament with an elimination process, really unheard of. Drive-through weigh-ins, unheard of. And these crappie fishermen that are fishing this trail, what's been amazing is how many of them have been able to pick up so many different sponsorships because of what's happening. And so that's growth.
We'll talk about that.
I think to Ron's point, Larry, I really analyzed from every angle, and I knew that one of my biggest hurdles was going to have to, how was I going to overcome the fact that the average angler who was getting into tournament fishing couldn't beat, the Ronnie Cap, Steve Colemans of the world. It's amazing. I'm telling you, this is a true testament. At Lake Guntersville, we have got people from Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Central Kentucky that I've never personally met.
Really?
Don't know them, never seen their name. And this is a true testament to what American Crappie Trail is doing for the industry. We're bringing people out of the woodwork to come crappie fish at a tournament level, and it's exciting.
Well, I know when you look at it, and I will throw in, I told Ron February 1st and 2nd, Ronnie Caps and Steve Coleman are going to be here in Memphis doing some seminars for our good folks at Bass Pro Shops. Friday at the Sportsman's, the one out on Macon Road, and then Saturday at the Pyramid. But you're right there. That's what I've heard the most comments about, that you got a chance to go and fish in a tournament against those guys, and you have a chance to win. I mean, that's the thing about it. And when you look at this thing, and you're still giving away a boat, are we still giving away a boat?
At each event, yes, sir, we are. And that being said, I have been here at Grizzly this morning for a short time, and I've had at least 10 people come up and tell me that American Crappie Trail, which airs on the Pursuit Channel at 7:30 Eastern Time, on Tuesday nights, they have learned so much from watching our TV show, from watching the anglers, just the sound bites and how, where, and why they're catching the fish. This is a full circle, all-encompassing trail that really promotes the sponsors, the professionalism, the conservation. But first and foremost, we're teaching people how to catch that elusive big 3-pound fish.
And Ron, you'll say this, when you go to a tournament and watch, which it's really an event for each tournament, that these guys don't mind stopping and talking to you.
No, they will be glad to do that. And, that's what's amazing. All of these professional crappie fishermen, all of them, are willing to answer your questions at any of the tournaments, show you what they're using and everything else. That's pretty amazing. Hey, Matt, while we got the time, what are some deadlines coming up for the upcoming tournament?
Yeah.
For Guntersville, the off-limit starts on February 1st.
Okay, all right.
February 1st, the lake goes off-limits through February 10th. So you can pay all the way up until February 10th. That's the deadline. You must be signed up by February 10th. The 11th through the 14th is practice days. 15th and 16th is competition days, 2-day event. So you must be signed up, and that's just a different format with American Crappie Trail. You've got to be pot committed, if you will. You have to put your money in, then you practice, and then it's the event. So by February 10th, AmericanCrappieTrail.com, you can get signed up to fish Lake Guntersville.
And how many anglers do you hope for there, or do you?
I would say that we're going to push 80 to 100 boats at Guntersville right off the get go. I do. They're signing up 2, 3, 4 a day.
Yeah.
We're a long ways out, And, these guys know that our national championship for 2020, which is going to roll over into the spring, or, for 2019, I apologize.
Yeah.
Is going to roll over into the spring, and 2020 is going to be at Sardis, which is an unbelievable fishery. So, the qualification process.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
They want to get qualified.
Yeah, yeah. And who knows, there may be a world record out there this year. I'm hoping.
You never know.
At one of these tournaments, and in February, Ron, what do you look for at Guntersville?
Well, Guntersville, of course, it's a Tennessee River chain.
Yeah,
and they're going to, I'm thinking it's going to take
what?
It's going to take 22, 23 pounds to win it at least.
Come on.
For a 2-day tournament.
You better ask
7
me,
fish
Larry.
a day.
Yeah, Matt. Ron has thrown it in the hat there. Of course, he doesn't even wear a hat. But anyway, so what's your prediction?
He missed the boat. He missed the boat. I'm telling you. Here's the deal.
All right.
I believe if we obviously in those river systems, everything has to do with water. If we've got some decent water, it's not flooded out rolling. I guarantee it's going to take 13 pounds plus a day, and it possibly could take 7 2-pound average fish, 14 each day.
You hear that, Ron?
Very well could. Very well could.
That's amazing.
I mean, this is a sleeper. This is a sleeper lake. Nobody ever goes to Guntersville.
You don't think of Guntersville, and what? I'm sorry, you just think of them as bass fishing. I mean, bass, and it is. I mean, there's nothing. I'm not saying that, but when I saw Guntersville on the schedule, and I looked at it, and I said, well, this is kind of unusual, and particularly. In mid-February, you're having a Valentine's tournament, buddy. You can take the girl with you out there,
I'm going to take some heat over that one, don't you, Larry?
Well, yes, I know that. Yeah. Well, you got Ron with you, so don't worry about anything along that line. So, but hey, again, we're talking to Matt Morgan, the American Crappie Trail, which is kicking off its 3rd year coming up at Guntersville. And not too long. The competition is the 15th and 16th, but he said you still got time to enter, and I know there's plenty of listeners out there in West Tennessee, North Mississippi, East Arkansas, particularly North Mississippi, that say, man, I don't know if I can do that. You don't know until you try, and that's the main thing. When we had, the Harrison and his son, John Harrison on here?
John Harrison. No. Terry and Kyle Stewart.
Terry and Kyle Stewart. That was a great story. Those two guys. I mean,
they were out Clinton, Mississippi.
Yeah, and they look what happens to them. So, hey, Matt, we appreciate you being with us this morning. Take care of Ron up there. Make sure he gets home all right. Feed him well.
I'll keep him in line, Larry.
Okay, well, we're going to have Wade Mansfield's on next. He'll try too. It takes 2 of you, So. Hey, let's talk to you after that Guntersville. Ron, you hook that up, and we get Matt back on here and talk to him later in February. Thank you, Matt. Have a great day. All right, buddy.
Thank you, Larry. You guys take care.
All right, let's take a break, come right back, and continue this Grizzly Jig weekend. And who better to talk to than Grizzly Jig Jr., I guess, here. We'll talk to Wade Mansfield. All right? We'll be right back.